Hey guys, so I wanted to give you an update on my 7th Sola. A lot of you guys have been asking, do I ride this bike anymore? So if you watch this video, I just posted a video. I'll be riding El Prieto and trying to take some of the most technical lines. That's why I did this. Took a little ding to my shin, but that's what happens in mountain biking, right? So anyway, let's go over the build real quick, starting from front to back. As you can see, it's rigid single speed. It has that NV mountain fork, and this is like my third rigid single speed. I had the Niner Sur 9 that I just rode that, nothing but that for years, and then I rode nothing but this for years. So riding a rigid single speed was nothing new to me. And when I built this one up, my Niner Sur 9 was really nice, but I wanted to go all out. I got the NV mountain fork, and of course this is the 7th Sola SLX frame, which is 7's top of the line ultra butted titanium tubing. It's my fork's attached with the Cane Creek 110 headset. My front wheel is the WTB ASIM I-35, which is kind of a heavy rim, but I wanted something beefy and something to hold bigger tires, because really your tires are your suspension with a rigid bike, and that's what I told 7. I wanted to have clearance for bigger tires with in the back. So I have the Shimano XTR brakes. I went with Shimano XTR, and these are the regular 4-piston brakes, because I really liked my XT 4-piston brakes. And then when I originally built this, it didn't have these brakes. I kind of parts binned out some older XT brakes, and then when I upgraded, I put these. I have these little little Lego hand things for my cables. It's a Hope stem. That's a 50 millimeter stem. 50 millimeters is where I landed on with my stems, and I've been happy with that. I did try a 35 millimeter stem, but I just kind of like the 50. It just, the timing and for the width of the bars I use and everything, 50 worked out right for me. This is the SQ Labs 30X handlebars. If you look from the side, it's got a really nice back sweep, and this bar is I think it's a 30 millimeter rise. I can't remember, I bought it a while back, but and then it's got, and having a back sweep on a rigid bike especially kind of saves your wrist a little bit, because you know you're taking all that punchiness and stuff with your hands and wrists on a rigid bike. These are the Bjorn grips by ODI. I like them because they're very thin. I like thin grips. And see, I think that's everything up front. I mean, there's not a lot up front on a single speed, and especially one without a dropper post. Speaking of post, this is the Thompson Masterpiece setback seat post, and I wanted to get the setback because I like having the when I drop my seat, I mean I have to manually drop it with this Hope quick release, but when I drop it, I like it to be not only drop but back and out of the way. So that's why I got the setback. And as you could see, I ride with even my seat kind of on all the way back. That's just where I ended up riding. I might move it up a little bit. I noticed that today that I could have moved it up a little bit. It's got the Hope Evo cranks. You don't see a lot of these here in America, and when they came out, I was like, oh, I got to get that because I like the Hope stuff, and they're really nice. Although with any cranks, it has a 30 millimeter spindle. You're going to pay the price on bearings. That's a Hope bottom bracket, and I go through bottom brackets about every 3 or 6 months depending on how much I ride, just because a big spindle like that on anything but Shimano cranks, you know, Shimano has 24 millimeter spindle, but this is a 30 millimeter. A big spindle like that has it'll have, you know, more less clearance for the bottom bracket and the bearings, so your bottom brackets just don't last as long. And the saddle is the SL8 saddle by WTB with titanium rails. The cog back there is the Boone Tide cog. I'm running a 32 with a 22, and that suits me well for this these steep trails, and especially when I want to get heavy wheels on here, because these are kind of heavy. That's a Hope. Now that's not just a regular Hope Pro 4, but that's the Hope Pro 4 SST. Trying to spin it around where you can see it written. And so that's the SST, which stands for Single Speed Trials. And that's laced up to the WTB KOM I-35. So it's not asymmetrical. It's straight, which you don't need to be asymmetrical with when you have a single speed specific hub, because it doesn't have to be dished over. It didn't need to be asymmetrical in the front either. It's got Shimano XTR pedals. These are the newer XTR pedals, the 9120s. A little bit wider platform. Honestly, I like the older XTRs and the older XTs, but I wanted to put a new set of pedals on it, and I put these, because Shimano's, I just use them until they don't ride very well, and then I replace them. They're cup and cone. You could actually replace the bearings, but I'm not going to go through all that hassle. Just buy another set, because I don't know if you've ever tried taking bearings out of an axle and replacing bearings on a pedal, but it's kind of a tedious process, and it's a pain in the butt. You see I think that's it, the King cages. Those are the King tie cages. I just kind of went with a tie theme. I like titanium cages or steel cages, doesn't matter. It's just to hold water. But the Kings do seem to be a little bit better than most of the other brands. I have Silca cages on some of my other bikes, but on my gravel bike and on my Jaffe, just because I got the matching ones and stuff. I think that's everything. Frame, handlebar, seat, saddle. Yeah, that's everything. It's a single speed, guys. There's not much to it. So anyway, that's the build. And thanks for watching my channel. And I hope you guys enjoy watching the content, and leave a comment below if you have any questions about riding a single speed. Why would somebody choose to ride a rigid single speed? And honestly, it's for the trails I do, it's a little bit, I'm a little bit underbiked, but I think it adds some challenge and makes you a better rider. But that's just my personal opinion. It would be easier on a bike that has some travel, honestly, at least to have a 130, 120 millimeter travel fork up front. And that's probably why I ride my Jaffe the most. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.